I went to college when I was 18, like most students, but I still went to college way too early. Seriously. So we've all heard that you don't need to go to college to be successful. In the era of the internet, you can literally teach yourself anything. But there's one aspect of the college experience that is still very valuable. And that is the opportunity to seriously engage with life-changing ideas in the presence of other curious minds. What do I mean by this? Let's define college as a space where a bunch of people come together to think and discuss in the pursuit of truth and knowledge. Because of the sheer number of people in this concentrated space, there is an enormous amount of potential energy for the exchange of new ideas, right? Simply existing in that space, you have access to this treasure chest of knowledge. I'm gonna come back to that idea in a second. I just wanna say that for some people, the definition of a successful college experience is getting a degree. And understandably so, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. College is a big financial investment, especially here in the US. And so you want to make sure you're getting back your money's worth. From that perspective, my college experience was absolutely a success. The payoff was very tangible. A big project I did when I was studying abroad led directly to the job I got after college. But for me, success was more than just a degree. I wanted a personally transformative experience. And this is where I failed and would have been better off going to college later in my life. Let's go back to college being this treasure chest of ideas. Simply existing in this space doesn't equate to the big light bulb moment or that big aha moment that flips your worldview upside down. In order for that to happen, and here's the key, you need to seriously engage with ideas that pose a challenge to your existing worldview. So this begs the question, what does it mean to engage seriously with an idea? I see the way we deal with new information as a two-step process, internal and external. In the internal step, we're mulling over this new idea in our head. Does this new piece of information align with what we know to be true, or is it different? If it's different, do I want to keep engaging with it or not? If I do, then at that point, I take the idea and I start discussing it with other people. The moment you take an idea outside of yourself, you're seriously engaging with it because you're opening yourself up to criticisms and challenges. I don't have enough fingers to count the number of people I know who have had a really transformative college experience that sort of flipped their worldview 180 degrees. But the one quality all these people share is a willingness to open up their thinking to other people. For me though, I was scared of this process. There were very real obstacles standing in my way that I wasn't aware of, nor was I ready to even take down. First, institutions. What I mean by institutions are religion, family, culture. These are very often the first sources of our ideas of what is right versus wrong, good versus bad. I was so attached to these institutions that to even entertain an idea that was in conflict with what I had been taught felt like a betrayal. Questioning your own worldview is almost like destroying part of your own identity. You know, that process is scary, and I simply wasn't ready for it. I also had this unnatural fear of authority, and by authority, I mean literally anything that gives someone power over someone else. So something like an academic title, like professor or doctor, or even age. I always heard in college that it was important to develop a one-on-one relationship with your professor by going to their office hours. So I would force myself to go to their offices, but I would very quickly become noticeably nervous. Like my heart would start racing, my voice would start being shaky, and I wouldn't go back. So I don't have a single strong relationship with any of my professors, which is a shame because professors are experts in their field and are an incredible tool to help you refine your thinking and push your thinking to new limits. Somewhat related to this, I was historically scared to use my voice. So some of the best classes in college were those small classes where you're like 20 people and you read an article and then sit in a circle and then discuss and debate. So my whole life I was a listener, not a talker. So I would be the kid in the corner who was trying to get by the whole class without saying anything. And of course, I'd always get caught and have to contribute something. But that idea was so terrifying because I was scared of being challenged. I internalized being challenged as an indication that I had said something dumb. Maybe I'm being a bit too self-critical, but in all honesty, looking back on my college experience, if I had been able to recognize these obstacles and move them out of the way, then my college experience could have been that much more transformative. For anyone going to college or anyone already in college, ask yourself this question: what gets in the way of me being open to ideas that challenge my worldview? I will say that today, 5 years removed from college, I have taken a lot of steps to move past these obstacles. I mean, look, here I am using my voice on a public platform, opening myself up to criticism. If that doesn't say progress, I don't know what does. If you enjoyed my message, an easy and free way to support is to subscribe. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't guarantee that I'm gonna be making amazing content at this point in my journey, but I can give you my guarantee of being genuine.